Boy, I tell you what, this place is covered up in squirrels. They are everywhere. And at nighttime, there are deer running around everywhere. And one of my neighbors has a raccoon that comes to visit them every night because they have a small dog and they leave food sitting out on the back porch or patio or something. Anyway, there's all kind of, as Ernest T. Bass would say, creatures running around here. Oh, I didn't mean to sit down. I was going to show you my rabbits, used cars. Home of the home of the eBay outlaw. It's probably backwards to you, so I'm reading it. I thought I'd tell you a story. I don't think I've ever told this one. And if you ever want me to repeat a story about story I done maybe like a year or two ago, just let me know in the comments. And let me know if you like it. I call it story time. And during the winter months when I can't play with, Chevy C10 trucks or anything very much, I just, try to make do by telling you stories and letting you know a little bit more about me and Mrs. PIB when she's included in the stories. Today's story is, let me start out by saying with this story I'm about to tell you, I still have nightmares about this. And it bothers me to this day, even though it was years and years ago. But my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law and my sister, they had I think it's like a 65 or 6 Volkswagen. That was a Baja. The fenders were cut, had big old wheels in the back. Had tread for like you can go anywhere in them. You're riding around the woods, through fields, through creeks, and and got me to wanting one. And I was married to my second wife. I've been married 3 times, believe it or not. But it does happen. Anyway, Mrs. PIB's a keeper. So anyway, I got a Volkswagen too. Mine was a 65. It had the back windows that opened up, kind of pushed out. And it's a pretty cool old car, is a 40 horse Volkswagen. I didn't know too much about Volkswagens, and boy, I'll tell you what, that car, it tried to kill me a few times, I believe. I believe that was Hitler's revenge or something on the Americans. And that's kind of like an inside joke, but I'll tell you this story that gives me nightmares. Before I ever got my Baja and before I ever met my second wife, I was in between wives, between my first one and my second one. Of course, I didn't know my second one, so at that time. So my brother-in-law and my sister had this Baja, Volkswagen Baja. It's a pretty cool old car. And I think he had a 60 horse engine in it. But that doesn't matter. It's not about that really. But we decided one weekend day we was going to go riding around in my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's Volkswagen Baja. So we were riding around through the woods and on trails that we had trying to say hey.
Hey, it's foggy out. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, okay, it's no problem. I'm just talking about Volkswagens.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, we were riding around through some trails in the woods and the mountains here of East Tennessee, and we was on a road that we had never been on. So before, it's just as a trail, you could see where tire tracks were, embedded into the dirt, through the woods where people had been riding. And sorry, I'll try to back up a little so you're not freaked out. But we were riding, and before we started riding, I don't know, in those kind of situations, I always like something to eat and drink. So I asked my brother-in-law and my sister, would they mind stopping at the store convenience store, and you know, we at that time, you know, I bought everybody's stuff, you know, just to have the privilege of riding around through the woods. So I bought some Yoo-Hoos, you know, chocolate drinks, and I think I got some beef jerky or some Slim Jims and potato chips. You know, this stuff to kind of snack around on. Excuse me. And we were riding around. I had all kinds of stuff that you know I was chowing down on every time I thought we was getting in a tight situation. You know, I'd eat because I was nervous. And we were in dense woods, dense. Just you know, you could see tire tracks. You know, and so as I said, I was drinking some Yoo-Hoos. We all were. And we were going down this little trail. Didn't know where it was going, never been there before. And I'll tell you how special the Lord is to me. Uh, he, the Lord wanted me to get out and stand beside a tree and relieve myself. You know, urinate. That's what I should be saying. Had to urinate really, really bad. That Yoo-Hoo and probably a Dr. Pepper or whatever too just went right through me. And I kept saying, you know, you're going to have to stop. I got to get out. I got to get out. And so we come to like a little crest of the hill, you know, then it went down the other way. And I was there. We was at almost, I guess we was at the crest of the hill, the very top, you know, and we stopped. Of course, there's a million trees all around. Nobody knew we was back in there. I couldn't find that place today if I had to. Don't know where we went. But anyway, I got out and relieved myself behind a tree. And anyway, we decided we'd stretch our legs a little bit since we were already stopped. So we were walking around. We walked a little bit further down the bottom of the hill where we had parked at the top of the hill. Let me see if I can steady this a little bit more so you can. Let me. That'd be better. So we went to the top of the hill, parked, and I relieved myself. And we decided we was going to walk down the trail, you know, ahead of the Volkswagen just a little bit, just a little ways. And sorry guys, I got to tell you this, but when we were as we were walking, you won't believe this, but the two tire tracks, you know, that's what we were walking down, and it looked like, you know, it's just continuous road. It wasn't. It wasn't a continuous road. And I mean, the tire tracks just went right off into a what do you call those things? Hang on just a second. Hang on, I got to find out something. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I could not remember the word, but it was a rock quarry. Had to ask Mrs. PIB. Sometimes I think I'm losing it, but anyway, it was a rock quarry that we almost drove into it. I mean, it was, we was up here and fix and go down the, over the top of the hill and just, you know, a gradual, going down the hill. If we'd have kept going, we'd have all been dead and nobody would have ever found us. It's like 100-foot drop. And the rock quarry, there's no telling how deep that was. I mean, if I had not had to go urinate so bad, you know, and we finally stopped, if we'd have kept going another, I don't know, 100 foot, 150 foot, we'd all been dead and never been found again. I mean, there's no reason for, and I don't know where this place is or anything, but I mean, I just started shaking. I thought, my life, all of our lives, we were almost killed. And of course, we turned around and we went back home, you know, back down the same way we went. But what has me puzzled is those tire tracks, you know, they just kept on going right to the edge. I mean, the edge was just a drop off. I mean, there was no sign of, you know, hey, you know, we're getting close to a cliff or anything. I mean, I don't know if they had a bunch of, you know, people drive cars and trucks and they just, you know, had fun with them and, you know, drove them off into the rock quarry or what, but it was really it's really scary. And every now and again, I have nightmares about that. I mean, it bothered me really bad. And I speak about it sometimes to my brother-in-law. I said, "You remember when?" He remembers. So I mean, it was really scary. And speaking of rock quarries, for some reason that word wouldn't come to me. Like I said, I apologize, but I had a friend I used to work with, and he was besides working in the factory where I worked, uh, he was also like a diver. You know, he'd go in and put chains and stuff around cars that where cars and trucks had been drove into rock quarries or into the river or whatever, and he went down into a rock quarry. I don't know how he got chosen to do that, but he did. And he went down into the rock quarry, diving down to hook up. And he looked in the car windshield, and there's a body floating in it. And he said, at that moment, he said, "This was my last one I was doing." Could you imagine? Really, I mean, going down there with flashlights and stuff. Rock quarries are generally pretty deep. And could you imagine going down in a rock quarry to hook up a car or a truck to be pulled out by the county police, county law enforcement, and seeing a body floating in there, or maybe their face or whatever? Oh my goodness, that would give me nightmares the rest of my life. Oh my. So needless to say, he didn't do that anymore. He did tell me one story where he went to one of the dams, like Watts Bar Dam or one of the other dams. I can't remember what, Norris Dam. I'm not really sure. And he said there was catfish down there next to those big turbines that, next to the dams, that generate electricity, that there was catfish down there big enough to eat him. Whew, boy, could you imagine turning your flashlight and see some, oh my, stuff like that. Maybe I got some feathers coming out. Maybe I'm chicken. But I mean, that would scare me to death. I mean, to see a catfish, or even worse, seeing a dead body in a car floating around. So, or even worse, seeing me down there at the bottom of the rock quarry with my brother-in-law and sister. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that have been something? I mean, we'd still been down there. Nobody knew. We didn't. It was before cell phones and stuff. Nobody had a clue where we went. So I'm sure we'd still be there today. And I'd be out of Yoo-Hoos and Dr. Peppers and beef jerky and tater chips by now, I'm sure. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this story. I know it's not much. It's probably kind of stupid, but I've been wanting to tell you all that for a long time. I don't know if y'all like story time or not. I have a lot of strange things. Some of it's happened to me over time. So thought I'd tell you this one. If you like it, let me know. If you like story time, let me know. We all have all of us, in this world has one or two weird stories or things that you don't understand. So appreciate you listening. God bless y'all. And I'm sorry I'm shaking. It's a little cool out here. But y'all have a great day. God bless y'all. Don't forget, if you have an old car or an old truck that you'd like me to put on my YouTube channel, please send me a video. Send me a video, car or truck. Doesn't have to be Chevy or GMC. It can be, whatever you have, Ford, Dodge, I don't care. Send me a video, 2 or 3 minutes long, describing what you're doing to your car or truck, or just bought it, just traded for it. See the squirrels? They're everywhere. And they run up and down on this porch that we have here all the time. You can send me a video, primeridisbest at comcast.net, or Facebook Messenger, primeridisbest, or Instagram Messenger, primeridisbest. And also, if you have an old car part or truck part you don't want anymore, wanting to sell, make some extra cash, or you're looking for an old car or truck part that you that you're looking for one that you can't seem to find, send me a video of that. Include your name and phone number so somebody can get a hold of you. Look at all these squirrels over here, they're everywhere. But you can send me a video, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. Please turn your phone this way, not up and down, and no foul language, no music, please. And send it to me the same way, primateisbest@comcast.net, or Instagram Messenger, primateisbest, or Facebook Messenger, primateisbest. I think y'all will, there's a lot of fun in it. I enjoy seeing other people's rides, and I think most everybody else does too. And I gotta tell you, the Lord has been good to me. I'm still alive today, despite all the things that could have, should have, whatever could have happened. I'm still here. I'm not in the bottom of a rock quarry in a Volkswagen. In a Volkswagen. Anyway, I'll tell you more about my Volkswagen that I had, and why I don't have one. Why I don't have one today. If you're interested, let me know. Hey, God bless y'all. Y'all have a great day. And you're watching Primate is Best. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a blessed day today. See y'all later.